Bitcoin trading cards has really been a special product to me as a trading card collector and a member of the broader hobby as a sports card collector. To be able to come into a trading card project and basically from the ground floor be able to collect in a way, open packs in a way that it was sustainable. I could chase the hits and I could sell packs after they were sold out for, above retail. It was all very transparent. So as a collector, I was very pleased. And then from the educational side, from the art side, I love sharing Bitcoin culture and art, and I don't always have the best way of doing it through words. And with my peers, students at UCLA with the Bitcoin Student Network, these cards with the Genesis packs, they're such an excellent way to be able to hand them out and people to digest these concepts and learn about Bitcoin and money especially. I mean, it's not just Bitcoin education in these cards, but do it through art. And it takes some pressure off of me as an orange pillar, as somebody that wants to bring awareness of Bitcoin and the problems in money to my peers and to the younger generation. They love the chase, they love the secondary market side of it. So to have these, to be able to put a binder together, to be able to have people sign it like a yearbook, it's really special to me to be able to collect.
Do you have any specific examples of, or I guess I should say this, what are maybe some of the youngest people you've touched? So I know college kids, obviously, you're one of the, Ella Huff, I know you've talked to her many times about what she's doing on the other side of the country, and trying to get cards involved there, right? But you have been using the cards as that tool to really start conversations and to really get people excited. Is there any, maybe specific examples from college kids, or maybe what are some of the youngest people you've talked to where you've seen the light bulb go off, they're kind of like just the amazement in their eyes go,
I mean, just 2 weeks ago, and this was a story I told in the Telegram, but at the Front Row Card Show, 20-year-old military kid who is a Pokemon entrepreneur, meaning he buys boxes and sells them for more than he buys them for, and he spends hundreds of hours of studying the hobby. And he comes up to our booth, doesn't know anything about Bitcoin trading cards, and spends 4 hours with me learning about the project, getting really excited about the opportunity to share these with his friends, his peers, from an educational side, also from a collecting side, get them into his local store, his trading card store that he spends time at and his girlfriend works at. And for him to go home and say it was a Saturday night and in Vegas, and he's like, you know what, instead of playing Call of Duty tonight, I'm gonna spend all this time diving into this hobby and this community, because he wants to learn about the opportunity, that these cards give him, by collecting them. And whatever avenue you want to come at, it's bringing awareness to Bitcoin, the problem, him getting excited about learning, and then at the end of the day, having fun and making connections with one another. Bringing more people into this great community is fantastic every day. That's something we aspire for. But at 20 years old, for someone to have never known about Bitcoin, to be introduced to these cards at a hobby event, not a Bitcoin event, at a trading card specific event, and to walk away excited in the Telegram group, excited to learn more. That was something that excites me, going back to school now in the fall, to be able to get these Genesis packs through the clubs and just through school. I know it excites the professors and different people I showed off the binder to last year. My economics professor was all over it. We had a lunch and just talked about the trading cards, and it put a smile on his face that we were pushing this kind of education in a fun way.
What is what sets the art, I guess what sets Bitcoin trading cards apart from the rest of the hobby in your eyes?
For me, it is that it's the proof of work and the scarcity, the transparency, the Bitcoin ethos. As a Bitcoiner, I try to carry that Bitcoin ethos across everything I do, whether it's products, services, my personal life, the way I save. And the fact that these trading cards they're so pure in a Bitcoin way, meaning, it tells you the box odds. We have transparency around printing, supply, and your chance of pulling a specific number, right? There's no gimmicks and confusion about what you're getting into. For me, the secondary market's very transparent, the opportunity for growth, the fact that we're early at the ground stage, to find a trading card project that you can get into as somebody that likes trading cards in their second year, and then see our trajectory from where we started and where we're going, having a community of 500 active buyers, 750 maybe, right? You're one of few, you're no longer a minnow in an ocean, right? You can feel like a whale in a way with just one box. You're like, wow, nobody else has a box.
Yeah.
And that's something that, I know other community members across the broader hobby, they would get giddy over the opportunity to be one of a few to have a certain card, have a certain box, sealed, and nobody else have that. And in our community, we're, as Aladdin likes to say, spoiled in that way, to be able to hold such things that have such great scarcity. And yeah.
Last thing, what do you think, so going back to the orange pilling nature, what would you say to somebody who, because I mean, let's be honest, so I just talked to someone earlier, can't remember who it was now, but you talk to a lot of people and they see it right away and they're just kind of like, okay, like with trading cards, like, come on, like everyone's got these stories of like, it's not gonna work. Like, what is this? People that maybe aren't collectors, they're not hobbyists or whatever it is. What do you think the average person, like why should the average Bitcoiner, and even the average person I guess too, but why should the average Bitcoiner care about these and take them seriously, I guess?
The average Bitcoiner should really care about these because of their community. It's a circle. It's a new circle within Bitcoin that's growing, exciting, it's safe. And we teach you about Bitcoin, but it's having the warriors, having the athletes, having the artists, having them be a part of our community really just brings you closer to the game. It's like getting closer to the athletes, what sports cards do with getting you closer to the game and your favorite players. I love listening to these people's podcasts and looking at Asanoa and Mirwan's art, and CJ Wilson was an athlete, I looked up to, and to be able to sit with them, have them sign my card, talk to them about the cards and just about their life. If you're an average Bitcoiner and you want to get closer with great community members, great Bitcoiners, but also, your favorite podcaster or warrior, there's no better way.